This is the brand new addition to the Irix Cine lens lineup, the 30mm T1.5. It comes in at just about 1200 grams and has an 86mm filter thread with a 95mm outer diameter, just like the rest of their lineup. As you can see, the aperture and focus rings line up with the other lenses, and again we have geared teeth built into the barrel of the lens instead of sticking out from it for a sleek and comfortable hand-holding design, with a rotating cutout ring to make sure that your follow focus gears fit with the body of the barrel, not getting in the way. The focus ring has a roughly 180-degree focus throw, and it feels pretty good in both handheld and follow focus setups. This one here is PL mount, but it also comes in a variety of different mounts, and check the website for what exactly is available. I've been using this with a Metabones adapter on my A7S III and A1. They claim that their PL mounts should be compatible with any camera on the market. This lens again sports the same magnetic lens hood design, which lets the lens have a smooth outer barrel for slip-on matte boxes, and also does make it compatible with their magnetic filter system. The hood design is a slightly weird thing to get used to, but it's a good compromise for a more versatile cine lens that can also work like a typical photo lens as well. You also get a slip-on lens cap now instead of the rounded style pinch caps that came with the older lenses and were not really that popular. And these new slip-on lens caps will be their new design on all of the lenses going forward in the future. I do like these caps much better, and they fit nice and tightly, but it does mean that you can't use the lens cap and the hood at the same time. However, if you really want to, any standard 86mm generic lens cap should also fit in those filter threads as well. Now this lens, like all the Irix Cine lenses, covers a full frame sensor, which is pretty solid and unique for this price. But of course, image quality is important, so let's take a quick look at a couple of non-scientific tests. Looking at distortion, this shot just over a meter away from the fence, it doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit near the edges, but nothing major at all. Looking at close focus, I wouldn't mind being able to get just a little bit closer, but it's not bad. I'm not sure of the technical specs in terms of magnification, but hopefully this will give you some idea. Sharpness seems good, even wide open, and stopping down here really only seems to deepen the depth of field, which is understandably shallow when you're this close. Looking very non-scientifically at something closer to infinity focus, the sharpness is okay. Nothing that makes my eyes jump out of my head, but I think there's more than enough detail here, even out towards the edges, and for the most part, stopping down only brightens up the corners. So speaking of that, scrolling quickly through this footage as I stop down the aperture using auto ISO, there is a slight vignette reaching deep into the frame wide open, but it's not incredibly strong, and it clears up mostly by T2, and only slightly after that, but pretty much gone by T2.8. Now looking at chromatic aberration, either with a high contrast scene or with black and white text, I see very minimal issues even wide open. Nothing I'd imagine would cause trouble or make me want to stop down because of it. Bokeh is subjective, and you've seen in some of the other samples here, but it seems pretty smooth and non-distracting, and the bokeh balls stay fairly round even when you stop down. Now I like some flare in my video, and this lens definitely does flare. With a harder light source, you get a lot of ghosting and overall slight amount of haziness, a little less of that with a softer, wider spread light source. It's been rainy or cloudy pretty much every day that I've had this lens, so I couldn't put it into much of a realistic outdoor flare test, but hopefully this helps a little bit. Generally, at least from these tests, I'd say that this lens does very well for the price. To finish this up, I'll just show you a couple of very quick clips from a job that I used this on recently, one of the ones that I can show you at least. It's all I really have to show you, since jobs have been scarce with everything going on in the world at the moment, and with a lot of my jobs I just can't share the content. I did like this lens, but in all honesty I like the 45mm just a little bit more, since I do shoot tight a lot anyway. But when you need something a little bit wider, 30mm is not bad, and I thought it was good for interview setups with a little bit more of the environment in the frame. I am still looking forward to something between the 15 and 30mm, as well as something around an 85mm to really fill up their lineup. But hopefully that could give you a quick feel for what this lens can do. But if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, if you like this video or found it helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing if you haven't already, and as always, thank you for watching.